ability to believe in someone, the willingness to hold someone's hand through the journey of life, that simply qualifies you to be someone's mentor. I know that is not easy, but the minute someone holds your hand, the minute your hand is held, the minute someone believes in you, it makes a difference. Let me introduce you Joseph. Joseph was a victim of mob justice. Joseph was denied a chance to prove his innocence.
Joseph was simply denied justice. Why? Labels, titles. Joseph was a street boy. We rescued Joseph close to 1 year ago, and the beauty about his story, he brought himself to us. You know what? I need my life to change. Please hold my hand. Joseph was looking for a mentor. Gladly, we opened our doors and we welcomed him like the other boys we rescued, and we started a journey with him, a journey to change his life. Today, Joseph is not alive to tell his story. Why? Just because people like him are sidelined just because they don't have a roof under their heads, just because they are called street children. That simple reason cost him his life. Because at his point of death, he said, no, let me talk, I didn't do it. But the guys holding stones and kiberiti, lakini msinichokora, that cost him his life. My name is Anna, the founder of the Zero Street Population Initiative. Our main aim being reducing the number of street population responsibly. I repeat, responsibly. I don't know if it has clicked yet, but actually I've achieved my goal by reducing one. I reduced Joseph. Joseph is not a street boy today, but he's not alive. Does it mean that his story will not be told? Does it mean that his story will not be pinned as a success story just because he's not alive to tell it? Let's talk about the story of the prodigal son in the Bible. The father was willing to welcome him back. I don't know, today the society is not willing to accept our children back. If I decide to change, yo guys, you need to receive me back and accept me. You need to, we're in a society, I don't know if it's ignorance, and the day these kids graduate to gangs, to criminals, you're complaining. Isn't that hypocritical? Guys, what is that? That's hypocrisy. We need to give our children living on the street a chance to come back and be the citizens just like us. We need to give them a right to be humans. We're humans. If today I was caught up in a scenario like his, I'm somewhere, I'm at the wrong place at the wrong time. If stones are being thrown, someone is looking for kiberiti, the other person is looking for petrol. Do you think they'll stone me? Guys, do you think he'll go stone me? Why? Because I'm taken more human than Joseph was. So when I recovered from shock, it actually took a month off because I have his death in my conscience. I'm guilty. Why? Because probably I was not there enough for him. Maybe I did not mentor him enough. A case of, like I said, a story or a case of being somewhere at the wrong place, but just because he is a street boy, his case won't be listened. He will be denied justice. How how many of us today are willing to join me in a journey of putting across that kids living on the streets should be respected and taken as humans? How many of us? I'm urging every one of us here to join me and give Joseph's death justice, and hundreds of other boys, hundreds of other population that lives on the streets that have died, and just because they're no longer there, it doesn't matter. Just because he can't be your husband, just because he cannot be your wife, just because he's not your child, what should you do? I urge each one of us here, help me do that. Maybe in memory of Joseph and those who died on the streets and with similar cases, we can take maybe less than a minute and close our eyes. And close our eyes. Joseph says, I left my brothers and sisters on the streets. The only reason, the only way that his death will make sense, the only way that will give his death a title, that will give his death a name, is by holding my brothers and sisters' hand and making them feel as citizens and as humans. Let's open our eyes. Joseph spoke. Are you willing to do that for the sake of such boys, the sake of such children? Are you willing to fight for them? The mob represented a society that is not willing completely to accept them. They're not willing to give them a chance. They're not going to go that way again. So I urge every one of you to join me and try and mentor our kids who live on the streets. It's very easy. The minute, I don't know if you've ever encountered a case of someone who's very vulnerable. Sometimes the only thing they need is love, care, and just the smile that you give them. If today I lined up 5 boys or 5 street kids here, I don't know what you'll be seeing. Weyake meraruka, anakanja. But do you know what I see? I see 5 professionals. I see a doctor. I probably see a president. I see less crime. Because like I said, we need not to be hypocritical anymore. If a child steals from you from the street, ama anakuomba, what do you see? Do you see yourself solving that situation, or do you see yourself condemning them? That is my story. Join me and let's do this. God bless you, God keep you, and thank you very much.